love from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, you know I'm
What's up?
gon' lead
What's
'em.
up?
If
What's
it's
up?
for me,
What's up? What's
you
up? What's
ready for
up?
a demon? I
This
got
is your
eyes
boy
on
Daniel
all
Haru coming to you
I
from
see. Take
EDPN
one
Live
for the
Debate Program and Network, and we're gonna get it in really quick. We're gonna keep these things short as possible, but I want to go over a review that Garfield did, and I think peace up, big shouts out to Garfield. I have nothing against that brother. I actually enjoyed listening to Garfield, but I just wanted to go over some things because he made some some critiques, and I just want to get mine in. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna keep it that way. All right. So let's get it in. Okay. So one of the things that's been going on is people have really been talking about what's going on in this community, and they've been talking about you know um, is Jesus real? Is Jesus not real? But one of the things that Garfield was talking about was you know that everything has to come from Egypt, and he said that Jabari, everybody, it has to come first, and we're trying to push some agenda. And that's just totally not true. I don't even know why the brother would say that. Maybe someone else is, or maybe he saw some other people doing it. But I mean, one thing I can say is that you can't say I'm pushing an agenda. I don't believe Jabari is pushing an agenda. And when we start talking about people of the faith, you guys got to admit, or not you exactly, Garfield, although I think you are apologetics, but you know, no one is on the corner pushing saying that you have to believe in Kemet or you should believe in Kemet. They're not preaching these doctrines or anything like that. Nothing like that is coming from anybody from the Kemetic faith. We're not saying that our God or our deities or anything like that is going to save humanity and you're going to go to hell if you don't follow that way. None of that has ever came from somebody, um, from the Kemetic faith. Nobody that I know about anyway. So that's one of the things that I wanted to say about that. Let me get this together while I'm doing this. We're getting in here. Here. Open this up. So, like I said, that's one of the things that that they've been constantly saying, and that we're pushing some type of agenda, which is just not true. It really is not true. What's up, Chris? MVP Harris is in the building, and I want to go over some reviews. And let me say what's up to my man Chris. Because I was saying on Sinetta, y'all people got to stop saying, and they keep saying this. Oh, Chris ran, Chris ran, Chris ran. Before I get back to my program, Chris ran, Chris ran, Chris ran. Y'all got to stop saying that, dude. Y'all got to stop using that as a tactic to not debate that brother because y'all really don't want to face him. That's a poor excuse. It's worn out. You know what I'm saying? And you really, really, really just need to stop using it. It's just a bad look, a really bad look for y'all. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get in the ring, get in the ring. But if you don't want to see the brother, then just say, hey man, I don't want to debate you, and we all know where that's coming from. So I want to get into some things that Garfield said, right? I want to get into some things that Garfield said. And when we look in here, Garfield, and I think this is Thunder, right? So we're going to listen to Thunder first, what he says, right?
Yeah, I'm confused on why any person would need to rationalize their beliefs. Like, when did that start? That I don't know. The whole thing is confused. When a lot of city arms is confusing to me. Like, why would we need to prove anything to you? Why should we substantiate anything? I don't know. It don't make sense to me. Like, if I believe that let's just say my girlfriend, I believe she's the most beautiful girl in the world. Why do I need to prove that to you? Like, I need to have a beauty contest with everybody in the world to think that?
So let's start right there. Now, when you say your girlfriend is the most beautiful girl in the world, which is totally subjective and totally you're right, right? You don't have to prove anything to me because there's nothing to prove to me. So there would be no reason for you to tell me that your girl is the prettiest girl in the world unless you was trying to compare her to my girl. Does that make sense? Now, that's where the debate is going to come in at. Although both of us, you know, it's subjective on which girlfriend is the prettiest, you have to prove to me now that your girlfriend is prettier than mine. And if your girlfriend don't stack up, then you shouldn't have that eeriness and that feeling of, man, why I gotta prove my girlfriend. Every time you say it, I'm gonna say something about it. I'm gonna say, no, your girlfriend ain't prettier than mine, and I'm gonna give the reasons why your girlfriend isn't prettier than mine. So this is what Christians do, or I'll say apologists, right? They go on, they talk about how, their God is the best God, and how, if you don't believe in their God and it's the Almighty, you're going to hell, and life is just shitty because you're not gonna get blessed. But then when you call them on it, when you call them on it, when you call them on it, then what happens is they want to know, why are you picking on them? Why do I got to prove my God? Because you brought them to me and you said that your God was the whatever. So that's why you got to prove it. You said you were the children and you got to prove it. No one cares about anything else. No other faith that I know of, that I've seen in my life, proclaim their God more than Christians and Muslims. And then when you debunk it, you do the old Chris Harrison, do the comparative mythology, you do the Jabari, do the historian work, you do Smash, and you go to the primary source and you start showing the language and the hieroglyphs. They get mad. They get right out mad. It's the craziest thing I ever seen. So
I think my mama is the greatest mother in the world. I need to have a motherhood contest to prove that.
Yes. If you say your mother better than mine, yes. Absolutely.
See the category fallacy that is being made here of the jump. When we talk about evidence, he goes quickly into establishing subjective claims about individuals. So we have a factual basis there. We can actually test that claim because we are dealing with two human beings. You mentioned your mama and your girlfriend, right?
Yes.
These two entities that we can establish whether they exist or not. We can test your claim, and we can disagree or agree because we understand that claim is within the subjective realm. But from the time you make these claims about a God.
Now, you see how the brother pushed. He pushed. He said, you made the claims about a God. Then he says, why would it? Well, you made the claim. You over here preaching to me about it. So why wouldn't you have to prove it? And if you did want to prove it, then why are you telling me about it? You shouldn't tell me about it. I wouldn't ask. There wouldn't be no contentions. If you say, hey, I believe that, unless in contents, if you push me on it, but if you just say, hey, I believe this, okay, great, you believe that. But then when you say that, when you subject your belief on me, then you have that contention. Then you got those problems that you tend to not want, because you know what I'm saying? It's the history thing. It's the primary sources and the facts and things of that nature, which will tend to, get you in trouble. That's what it is. So here we go. Let's keep listening to it.
And with the purpose of religion is to postulate, to preach the glory of the good news, the gospel. The whole objective is to convince other people of this factuality. That's the reason why you are sitting here as a Christian today, right? It warrants it warrants the necessity to provide evidence for any claim that you make. Why would you then tell me, I believe I could fly, but look at me coming up to you, Thunder, and trying to convince you that you too can fly without any evidence. Now I'm going to get the pushback. But anytime I say I believe I can fly, who's going to argue with me?
All right, let's do this. I believe.
Hold on 1 second, Thunder. 1 second, my brother.
Hold on. I believe
go ahead.
Jesus existed.
I don't want you to lose your thought. Go ahead.
I believe Jesus existed.
Okay, now here's another good one, right? I believe Jesus existed. This is where things get a little messy when they say this, right? Because when you say you believe Jesus existed, although you say you believe, there is a realistic context in that, right? When you say you believe, because then there has to be something that would make you believe, right? You have to have something to back up that claim, especially when we start talking about in a historical basis. There has to be something. Now, I'm not saying the brother don't have anything. I'm just saying that when you say this you're going to get pushed back, especially from a person who is well read, a historian or a scholar. You're going to get that pushback.
What's your argument?
That's your belief.
Okay.
What's your argument, Sid?
Okay.
Thank you. You'll say okay, right?
Yeah, okay. You believe what you want. That's
no,
fine.
of course not. There's something burning deep down inside you to say and prove it, right?
At the moment you
There's
tell
something
me,
burning deep down
at the
inside you
moment,
saying
at
prove
the
that
moment
Jesus
you,
existed, right?
okay, Thunder. All right, you tell me you believe in Jesus. I tell you, okay, I don't.
No, that's not what you're gonna say. And leave it there.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
you're
Thunder.
See, now something is burning deep down inside of him to say, yes, he do. Yes, he do. He do exist. There's something burning deep inside him that's saying that. But the brother don't want to say it. Because anytime you tell a Christian, Bible believer, I don't believe Jesus existed, they got something to say. They go come back with a rebuttal. Yes, he did. Then they're gonna bring up things like Paul letters, and they're gonna bring up things in the Bible about James, and they're gonna bring up about how there's other writers, and they're gonna bring up all these other things about how they say Jesus existed, but they're not gonna bring up not any real substantial evidence, which I don't consider Paul letters substantial evidence. They're gonna bring up in the Bible. I don't know if it's Acts or Galatians, and they says James is the brother of the Lord, or the Lord's brother. They're gonna bring up something like that, and I even think that is read out of context because they use the word brethren a lot in there. So is they talking about the James, and then that James also was the son of someone else, and then it's a lot of stuff, and I'm gonna get into that. But that's what I'm saying. When they're talking about you gotta say something. If you have a belief, then that's your belief. But when you expect me to submit or subscribe to your belief, then that's different.
I don't believe in you. No, right, I don't believe in Jesus. I already weighed the evidence. I've reached to the conclusion. I don't believe you. Okay, what now?
Now when you say you weighed the evidence, they go.
All right, let me say this. Good conversation. BLS, you would think as popular as they say Jesus was, especially back then, you would expect to see more writing on him from just regular everyday people back then, and we don't see that about him at all. Mongo Slave, you might be correct, but that doesn't mean he doesn't exist. It's simple. The issue is.
So here's what I call. This is what I call just a weak argument, right? When they start talking about that the absence of evidence, right? That because you can't find anything doesn't mean the person existed, right? And that's what they say. Doesn't mean they didn't existed, right? But we're not just talking about anybody, right? We're talking about Jesus Christ. And he's going to get into it a little bit more, right? We're not talking about some shepherd who was, you know, in a desert somewhere with his flock and no one knew him. We're not talking about some, you know, handmaiden of a pharaoh or a fifth or sixth wife from somebody's harem. We're not talking about somebody like that, right? We're talking about somebody that was a major figure at a particular time, right? We're talking about somebody, you know, like, you know, first century, turn of the century, that somebody who was a major figure, right? Lack of evidence. And that's what they got to go on, because as long as there's lack of evidence, they can always use that as a defense to say there's lack of evidence.
The Mongo Slade or BLS or whoever subscribes to what Mongo Slade says, let me ask you this. Who said he's popular? Who said that? Where did you get that from?
Now, Garfield says, who says he's popular? According to you or Christians or Catholics, you say he was popular. You in your book states that people from everywhere came to see him. You say that he fed, I don't know, 5,000 men, not including women and children, came to see him. You say that even in your book, it says something like, he tells you, you know, don't tell people I'm coming because everybody swarms him, right? So that's where we're getting our information from. We say we don't exist, but based on your narrative, that's what you say.
Or anybody who feels this way. Where do we get this from?
The Bible. Right.
The Bible says in Acts that he was spreading like wildfire.
Yes.
So do you believe the Bible when they say that?
See, now, when he says, do you believe the Bible when you say that? We don't believe he existed. That's what we're saying. But then what you're trying to do is a takeaway, right? You're saying that he was this man of influence. He was this man who did all these things, but he wasn't popular. He was a man who everybody came to see, according to your narrative, according to your assertions, according to your doctrine, but nobody came to see him. How do you know he was popular? I say he was popular, but he may not be popular. But just because I said he was popular, now he's popular, you know, that's just ridiculous. And Garfield knows it's ridiculous. He knows that that is ridiculous. It's ridiculous to say that because we're going by what you say. And that's where you get in trouble. You say the man walked on water. Well, how do you know he walked on water? Who said he walked on water? So you believe he walked on water? He said he healed the dead. Oh, how do you know he healed the dead? Did anybody see him heal the dead? How do you know? Do you believe the Bible? Well, that's what you said. I'm telling you no. So how you going to put the earnest back on me to prove, you know what I'm saying? Not to prove, but to say, you know, as if my rebuttal is somehow minimized because if I believe or take what you say, then somehow I'm in your paradigm or whatever. That was just weird.
This is the problem. These people are writing. It's just like what Thunder just said. He said, my girl is the most beautiful girl in the world. That's his opinion.
See, it's not
That's
your
his
opinion when
if you see Thunder's girl, you might be like, I don't know about all of that behind his back. You know what I'm saying? You think she's the most beautiful girl in his face, you'd be like,
it's your opinion until you say that she's prettier than mine.
We're not talking about
then it's not your opinion. Now you gotta prove it.
Damn about Christianity.
It's your opinion, but you gotta prove it.
As far as our everyday beliefs, I don't care. This is why people say, why you don't back on the Bible? I say Abraham is not a real guy almost every other day. Without Abraham, look at what my buddy from Africa says. Akil, look what Akil Aniga says. Without Abraham, there's no Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. So if I'm saying that there's no Abraham, I am knocking all three down at the same time.
Which don't make no sense. Because if that's the case, then why you keep saying that there was a historical Jesus? That doesn't make sense. If you're saying that if there's no Abraham, you knocked all three of them down, I don't get how then you can say that there was a historic. I mean, I don't get that part. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. So let's keep going.
Yeah,
This
but
is
you
what-
don't bang on belief though. You
I don't
bang
bang
on
on, I
belief.
don't bang on, I don't bang on belief. I don't bang on
No,
belief.
you don't.
But the issue is, just like my brother Blackline in the chat says, and it doesn't mean he did exist either. Shaking my head. Blackline, can you say that Jesus existed out of your mouth? Can you type Jesus existed? You can't do it. You can't. Because you're programmed. This is what Egyptomaniacs do. I'm not calling him an Egyptomaniac, but I'm just saying in general, Egyptomaniacs, this is what they do. They can't say Jesus. This let everything that they hold to crumble. It just crumbles.
See, now this is what I'm saying.
But anyway, Gideon Black. Go ahead, brother. What's up, Gideon?
So let's go back
Peace,
to what he
peace.
said, right?
This is why people say, "Oh, why you don't bang on the Bible?" I say Abraham is not a real guy almost every other day. Without Abraham, look at what my buddy from Africa says. Akil, look what Akil Aniga says. Without Abraham, there's no Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. So if I'm saying that there's no Abraham, I am knocking all three down at the same time.
Yeah,
This
but
is
you
what-
don't bang on belief though. You
I don't
bang
bang
on
on,
belief.
I don't bang on, I don't bang on belief. I don't bang
No,
on belief.
you don't.
But the issue is, just like my brother Blackline in the chat says, and it doesn't mean he did exist either. Shaking my head. Blackline, can you say that Jesus existed out of your mouth? Can you type Jesus existed? You can't do it. You can't. Because
Oh.
you're programmed. This is what Egyptomaniacs do. I'm not calling him an Egyptomaniac, but
See,
I'm
this
just
is
saying
the
in
thing.
general.
Right? You can say, I'm going to say he didn't exist because you ain't showed me he existed. What you said is because I can't prove he existed because there's no information that's weighable that he didn't exist. That's like, prove to me that Clark Kent didn't exist. Prove to me Batman didn't exist. Prove to me that Bruce Wayne, Clark Kent, David Banner, the Hulk, none of them existed. It's a silly argument. The argument from ignorance is one of the weakest arguments you can have after you make a claim and then you get a rebuttal on. This one is just bad.
Egyptomaniacs, this
So
is
I'm
what
going to
they
put the
do.
link
They
in the
can't
chat
say
just in case
Jesus
somebody
exists.
want to come
Let
in. Let me
everything
set
that they
it
hold
up.
to crumble. It just crumbles. But anyway, Gideon Black. Go ahead, brother. What's up, Gideon?
Peace, peace.
Peace.
So what I gather from what you're saying is that you believe he existed and the religion has nothing to do with that part. So you dismissing Abraham and all that just shows that you don't really care about the religion. You just stating the fact that you accept
Exactly.
that
A
Jesus
person.
exists as a
Exactly.
human being.
Exactly.
Agreed.
I don't
Agreed.
know why it's so hard for people to understand.
Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, and I've talked to Captain about this. Captain Cesariak, shout out to Captain. It was a pleasure talking to that brother. Here's the thing. You can't have it both ways. The whole Christian doctrine is based on a supernatural man, demigod, who was born of a virgin or immaculate conception, not conceived by a man. He did miracles. He was the Son of God, not, created by man and God, the Holy Spirit. He suffered, he was crucified, and he was buried. He was crucified for your sins. That was the whole purpose of the sacrifice. The whole purpose of him not being created by man was that he was a spotless lamb, which Chris already proved that wasn't true, but he was a spotless lamb. Now you want to say, oh, there was a man named Jesus and he was somewhere out here in Nazareth. It's ridiculous. Then if that is the case, then Christianity should be just thrown in the garbage. Like he said, if we have a human man with a man that we find as Jesus Christ, he somehow was in Nazareth, right? And he then was born of a woman and a man, but he was a pastor. Then y'all need to just, I don't know what y'all gonna do with y'all salvation, because the whole thing about Christianity is salvation. He's y'all savior. That's the whole thing about the difference between the Hebrews, Torah only Hebrews, and Christians, is that the hardcore Hebrews believe that he is not a savior. The savior hasn't come yet. So you just can't take away those attributes and those events and that mysticism and say that he's not a man. At least Pastor Bennett said, I do believe that he did all those miracles. There's people that just want to jump ship. They want to jump ship and say, no, he wasn't. He was just man. He was just a man. He was just a man. No, you can't. No. That's why I say, if you're telling me that this Jesus didn't do miracles, he didn't rise the dead, he didn't rise from the dead, he didn't heal the sick, he didn't feed 5,000 plus people, Jesus didn't exist. That Jesus in the Bible didn't exist. How many people named Jesus lived around that time? Pick one. There was plenty of them. There was plenty of people named Jesus around that time, and there was plenty of people named Jesus, Ben, whatever, who had who was a rebel at the time with Rome. There was one, and I'll get my notes, but I'm just freestyling. You know what I'm saying? But there was one who died, who didn't get crucified, but he was killed during like an onslaught, an invasion by the Roman army. There was another one who was crucified on a tree. There was another Jesus. I mean, there's a few Jesus, and I even heard that Barabbas was Jesus, was actual Jesus. They don't know. They have no idea.
Thank you, man. I bet this is
like people speaking a foreign language or some shit. Right?
Because again, you have to understand Garfield's argument, and I think it stems from the inability for people to distinguish the two different things. The myths that are there could have been or came out of, especially in those times where superstition ran everything, could have been founded off of a real character. The establishing that character, Jesus, could have been a real individual does not do anything for the claims in the Bible. They remain the same nonsense. So like, I see no objection in admitting, okay, he was real. It even strengthens my argument against the nonsense in the Bible. Dude were real. Right. Anything he try walk on water, he would sink like a stone.
I'm sorry. Look at this right here. So a Jewish historian didn't write about the miracles. Now this is crazy. Nobody on the panel right now, except possibly Thunder, believes in the miracle.
If you don't believe in the miracles, then you don't have Jesus. You don't have the Jesus in the Bible. We're not talking about some Smoke Joe preacher, pastor, Jesus that, you know what I'm saying? We're not talking about that Jesus. And that's why I asked Captain, is it important to distinguish between the biblical Jesus and the historical Jesus? And they haven't even pinpointed which historical Jesus that is. Some people say it's Jesus been Nazareth. Some people say it's Jesus been Yosaphat. Some people say it's Jesus been this one, and no one knows. What's up, JJ 7000? Hold on, man. Let me hit you up. The people's champ that went in retirement. Let me see where you're at. I see where you're at. Hold on. Let me get this. Let me get this in here real quick. Let me close this out real quick so I can get it in with my brother. We'll go here. Go here. All right, there we go. Let me let you in. Hold on. What's up, man?
What up, man?
Hey, how you enjoying retirement, man? How you enjoying retirement?
I'm blessed to be here, man. You just missed a powerful debate. I was trying to reach out to you,
man,
brother. Can you hear me?
I know, yeah, man. I was
Can
at
you hear
work,
me,
bro.
brother?
I can hear you, man. I was at work, man.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I can hear you. My bad. Yeah, I can hear you, brother. You good?
Oh, okay. I don't be talking to myself.
No.
Yeah, man. Just missed a powerful debate between King Nanda and Mudawa Mugabe. I requested your services as being a fair judge. You know.
Oh, my bad, man. I just, you know what I'm saying? I was at work, but I was trying to catch it, though. I was trying to catch some of it.
Hey, I wanted you to redeem yourself after you voted. You set me up with the Jabari debate. That's for another time, another place. Yeah.
You ain't gonna let me live that one down.
No, man, I can't let you lay that one down. I see Jabari had one up on me. I didn't know he had a student in the Lions Den. He had his spies already in plan. You know what I mean?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, what's going on with you?
So let me ask you this, man. So
go ahead.
I've been going over some things, and one of the things is like how believers, not all, but some. So like I said, I respect Pastor Bennett because Pastor Bennett stands on his square. Whether I agree with him or not, he stands on it. But the people who say now, they separate Jesus and say, well, there was a historical Jesus, but they don't believe in the miracles. Now, you let me know, as the people's champ, the foundation of the Christian Bible is that Jesus is the Savior. And the way he's the Savior is that he was born of we can say, a virgin of immaculate conception, not of man. Yeah. He died, he was crucified, he was buried, and he rose again. Now, if those things didn't happen, we're not talking about the same Jesus.
All right, now let me just kind of get into what you're talking about over here. Now, where can I find this person in Kemet?
Which Kemet?
Whether it's the historical one that people say, or either the one that does these miracles. Because according to Chris Harris, this Jesus comes from Egypt.
Where's Jesus come from Egypt? Well, you got to ask Chris. You want me to get Chris on here? You want me to get him on here? Because you got, you know what I'm saying?
You can get him on here.
Let me get him on here.
As long as you get you don't do like, listen. As long as you don't do like Sarnetta.
You know I'm not
and
gonna
let him overtalk me.
I'm not
you
gonna
mute him when it's my turn to speak.
Listen, I don't mind muting any one of you motherfuckers if y'all over talking. I don't believe in that.
Yeah, I would love to.
I don't mind y'all going in
on a neutral platform. See, that's the only way Chris can have an advantage is when he's on Sarnetta. Or just like Dr. what's his name, Shane Mosley came on, Mobley, whatever his name was. He kind of came. I just met him. That's not disrespectful, but he said he wanted to challenge the brother on something. And Chris said, well, who are you? Like, well, Chris, who are you? Every person I asked today, I asked what they learned from Chris, and it's like nothing. Every person that I asked today, well, who has Chris beat? They say, who has he beat? Chris, every morning you got a picture of a man up there, whether it's Cube, whether it's JJ, whether it's Black Jesus, Tazar. Like, before he goes to sleep at night, he think of the man poster he's going to post in the morning and talk about him like Wendy Williams.
Man, but that's his morning coffee, though. You can't blame the brother.
He stole that morning coffee from Sister Ivory, from a woman. Stop.
I'm just telling you I'm just telling you that's his morning coffee. That's what he do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, you can make all the excuses you want. To me, it sounds like he got a man crush. If you ain't teaching nothing, we want to hear you teach us about Kemet, Chris Harris. We don't want to hear you bitching. How can you even talk about Pastor Bennett for the last 2 days when you ran from him in a debate?
Now, JJ.
He even said something about you. You must have missed that part. He said he gonna have to talk to you about being a goddamn Kemetic atheist. He's getting too big for a little bit of britches, bro.
Listen. Hey, anybody that want that can come get it. Anybody that want that can come get it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, so you go get it. Hey,
he don't have no loyalty to nobody, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
There we go. Hey, I just want to let you know, everybody, let's keep it civil. Let's not do anything that's
No.
disrespectful to each
So
other.
the Jesus. So
But
let
wait,
me
hold
ask you
on,
this
hold on,
question.
hold on, JJ.
Hold on already?
Wait,
God
no.
damn.
I just want to say this, right? If you ask a question, let's not layer the questions, and definitely let's not over talk anybody. All
All
right.
right. So
So
I'm
we're gonna
asking
keep
him
it.
about his debate he got coming up.
What? Oh, ask about his debate.
I'm asking him about his debate.
Okay. Well, you get one question, answer, then he gets a question. That's the way we gonna do it.
No, he's the debater.
Well, I'm just saying.
I'm retired.
Yeah, but
I'm asking about his upcoming debate.
Yeah, but
And
I'm
I'm
just saying
asking.
you just can't grill him without him asking you questions back, bro.
That's what he do.
No.
He never answered nobody. So you already protecting him, bro.
JJ, come on now. If you want to ask him a question, I'm sure he's gonna ask you one back. So he ain't on no hot seat.
I don't have a problem with. I don't have
Okay,
a problem
go
with
ahead.
answering the question.
All right, what's up, Chris?
All right. Hold up.
All right, I'm just introducing.
Now, did you? My first question is, what
up,
problem
Haru?
do
What's
you
going
have
on
with
with you, dog?
Good.
What problem do you have with a Kemetic atheist?
Hey, what up, Haru? What's going on with you, dog?
What's up, man? I'm good.
None, chilling. Yeah, I find it funny that these guys always hollering about debate on the neutral platform. But the guys that's hollering out he don't want to debate on the neutral platform used to debate on the platform that we were talking about in the first place. You understand
I
what I'm
asked you a
saying?
question.
You understand what I'm saying, Daniel Haru?
Brother, listen. Okay, you can do all your gifts,
Daniel Haru, please.
I'm gonna ask your dumb ass one more time.
Wait, hold
Okay.
on. No cussing. Hey,
because he want to come out. Hey, you guys. Hey, you ever wonder what? No, hey, bro. Answer the question.
But hold on, y'all.
Answer the question.
We're not doing that.
I'm gonna ask you, what is your problem with a Kemetic atheist? Go ahead.
All right, so Daniel Haru, like I was sitting up there saying, then they do whole shows pissed off because I'm getting another pay-per-view debate all day, and they only get, and the reason why you fail as a debater is because you don't study.
Bro,
you half-assed in your research.
Question,
I'm talking
bro.
to Daniel Haru.
No, what you bring him on here for, Daniel Haru? Why you got this bitch ass nigga?
Because it's his panel.
Hold on.
And then you got to see what I'm saying. They can't handle it, Daniel Haru. You know that.
Hold on. I told you, I'm not. Hey, listen. The one thing I like about StreamYard is the mute button. I ain't gonna kick your ass off, but I got a mute button, and I use that motherfucker. But like I said, as long as the conversation is in whatever. But anyway, so
what's good with you?
Oh, here you go. So JJ, I'm gonna let you back in, man. Y'all know I ain't kick you off. You must have kicked off. But you have to not curse, Chris.
Haru, Dan.
Yeah.
Dan.
Yeah.
They can't help it.
Anyway, Chris.
You understand what I'm saying? It's who they are.
Can he ask you questions? Is it okay?
No, he can't ask me a question.
He can't.
He sits up there all day long on his show, on his panel, and insults me, slanders me, and then he wants to ask a question. That's the one thing they love doing. They love just taking over people's panels, asking all these questions.
So
you heard that the other night when Cube called me, right? No, he asked me all these questions, and then when it's time for me to ask a question, no.
If he asks you a question, I'm just telling you, he can't ask you a question, but if I'm letting him back
I'm
in.
not, Daniel Haru, you don't get it. I'm not interested in talking to him.
Not a problem. But he was on, so I got to let him back on. But I'll just let him know. So JJ, he don't want to ask. I guess Chris don't want to.
Okay, so why he here then? Get him up off of here. Get his bitch ass off of here.
The link.
They can't help themselves.
No, get your clout chasing ass off of here. You talked about Daniel Haru. Daniel Haru, get him out of here.
Hey,
he's not going to do it.
He don't want to talk. He just want to clout chase.
Hey,
now the brother asked you. He's not going to do it. Okay, so what's your problem with Daniel Haru being a Kemetic? You know what? We don't even want to talk to you. Because you're not going to answer the question. Bye-bye. We're going to talk to you. We're going to talk to you.
Hey,
learn how to speak English.
Come on, y'all.
Hey, learn to know who your goddamn. Hey, listen, learn to know who fucking your wife right now.
Garfield.
Huh?
You
fucking
got
your wife, bro. Your wife's a whore.
Hey, come on. Hey, y'all. Listen.
No, but she's a whore.
No,
everybody know it.
We not doing that. We not doing that.
No, your wife's a whore, bro.
No, we not doing JJ. We not doing that, JJ. Come on now.
Bro. Listen, you sitting up here guarding this little bitch ass nigga.
JJ, we not doing that, man. Listen,
He don't want to answer questions and remove his bitch ass. He come in here interfering.
JJ, we not doing
remove his bitch ass.
JJ, Chris has been silent, dude. I get it.
No, okay, so ask him a question. He don't want to answer no question. You and I was dialogue. Right?
Okay. Yeah, we were.
But he wants to be the shine.
We were. But
Tazarok is just giving him a favor. Okay. You too dumb to tell us how Jesus Christ has anything to do with fucking Egypt. You dumbass motherfucker.
Come on, man.
You want to sit up here and say that the Jesus Christ story come from Kemet? But I don't even want to ask you the question.
Okay, ask me the question, JJ. Go ahead. Ask me the question.
Bro,
ask me whatever you want.
Up.
Go ahead. Watch this.
No, I want to talk to your dumb ass.
Now, see how he's cussing and fussing. He can't have any.
You got a poster. You did a poster of me for 3 weeks, bro. You a man fan. Every day you got a new man.
You can't help it.
Bro,
you're just a nigger. You can't help it.
Hey,
you're just a nigger on YouTube who can't
get him out of here.
Bro, you can't
every day you got a man. You a man
You're just some dumb nigger. You can't help it.
Hey, hold on. JJ, ask him the question. He said,
you just heard the dumbass motherfucker say he don't want to answer it.
He said he'll answer it. He said ask him a question.
Just ask your stupid question. Go ahead.
Don't get into his wife. Ask the question.
Everybody already been into his wife. I don't want none of them that nasty shit.
Come on, JJ, man.
Will you fucking white women?
Listen.
Man, you know why I don't respect you? You know why I don't respect you? Look at this guy.
White women?
Look, I'm fucking black women, white women, and your bitch.
Hey,
I got me fucking my bitch. There you go. No, you not.
I'm the daddy.
Hey,
I'm the daddy. You whole ass nigga.
Listen, I don't get it, man.
Keep my name out your mouth, bitch boy.
Come on, hold on.
For 3 weeks in a row, you got my name or Black Jesus Minister name in your fucking goddamn shit.
Yeah, because you give us alcoholic scholarship.
Bitch. Let's get JJ and remove Black Jesus Minister. Now you over there looking stupid as fuck. Bro, you can't be you trying to attack Pastor Bennett. You're trying to attack Pastor Bennett and you ran from him. You have no shame. You dumbass
listen to him. You're the one with the
early in the morning talking about men's and shit every morning.
Hey, listen. I don't.
You wake up thinking about the next nigga. Bro, you are a faggot, bro.
Listen. What you say? Hello?
I'm still here.
No, what last thing you said?
See, this is what happens, Daniel Haru.
Listen.
They get upset. This is how it all happens. And this happens like this every time. And I'm going to replay this video. He was nice and calm when I wasn't on the panel. He was doing all the talking when I wasn't on the panel. I came on the panel and he says, what's the matter with the Kemetic atheist? Referring to when I said, Daniel Haru is the Kemetic atheist and me and him gonna deal with that one day. And me and you have had this conversation. How many times, Daniel Haru?
We had a few times already. That's why I said
a whole bunch of times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now he's saying, Jesus, why doesn't you mean tell me Jesus come out of Kemet? Your Bible says he came out of Kemet. It says he went there for 12 years. You should learn how to phrase your questions. You should learn how to phrase your responses. Like I said, one thing I've realized is you guys don't understand or haven't mastered the English language, but you're trying to master how to debate. You got banned from Garfield, you got banned from Sinetta, and then you gave this stupid retirement speech. This stupid I'm retiring. Yes, goodbye. If you gonna be gone, stay gone. The Morning Coffee Show is commentary about today's events and yesterday's events. Listen, that's it. No slander. None of that.
And this is what you know what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand, no matter who it is, how brothers have so much disdain. I understand there's been some shit said, but there's so much just disdain and hate. That when it's like when two people see each other, y'all just go at it instead of just ask the questions without the ad hominems, without bringing up people's wives and children and stuff like that.
They can't help it, dog.
I do not want. I don't care if I got 2 views. I don't want to be that person that getting views from beef shit. I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I talked to Pastor Bennett. I talked to Tazariak. I talked to people. JJ, you can come back on, man. I'm gonna click you back on. I just don't want people doing that. If you got a question, ask the question. If you got a hard question you want to be, ask it. But you don't got to keep talking about people's mamas and their wives.
But you know what? Hey, Haru, you want to know something funny? Yeah. I can't talk to that dude. I'm not going to talk to that dude. Anytime, like I said, I thought we pieced our beef out.
I thought y'all pieced y'all beef out. I don't know why black men can't I almost cursed.
It's an attempt. He wants attention. Listen, Haru. We're not going to do the passive aggressive shit. We're not going to do none of that. The beef was pieced out.
Why you even bring him on there?
Overtalk me, Haru.
Let him speak.
Daniel, don't feel like you didn't know what the fuck you was doing.
There we go. He can't help it.
No, man, get his ass out of here.
He can't help it. He got over.
Get your bitch. You can't help fucking. Hey, why you dox me, bro? Huh?
Dodge you?
Why did you go look up my criminal record, bitch? Why you do that?
Now I'm gonna see how you
why you do that, bitch?
Call me out my name.
Why would you go look up my criminal record and sell it to Sarnetta? Be a man and talk about that.
Now he talking about something.
Now you don't want to talk about that. You a hoe ass nigga. And I'm supposed to respect you.
Now you talking about something we got.
Well, okay, so I'm asking you, why did you go do that?
Okay, I never sold your record to the Sarnetta.
Well, he did. Sarnetta already threw you under the bus. So now
ain't told you that. Sarnetta ain't told you that.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay.
Sarnetta ain't told you that. He made that up.
You already know it was you.
No, Sarnetta made that up. No, it was the white woman who got in touch with me. You didn't even
know to take me down. Why?
Hey, Daniel Haru, what we doing here,
dog? No. Answer the question.
Hey,
see, you want me to answer the question with your bitch ass on the answer, Daniel.
Listen.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. If I ever see you in person, if I ever see you in person.
Hey, I'm not doing that. I'm finna end the stream. Like I said, I'm not into the beef shit. I'm just not. So, this is EDP, Entertainment Debate Program Network. We got to do better. We just have to do better.
Daniel Haru. Hey, yeah. Daniel, no. Hold on, Daniel. When he sees me in person, he gonna walk the other way. He 5'8", 5'7".
Listen.
He ain't got the size to deal with me. He 150 pounds. We saw your police record. It was the white girl that came forward. It was the white girl that came forward and told everybody the business. It was her. It was her that got in contact with me, and I gave her Sarnetta's number. Nobody sold your police record. She got in touch with me because she sat up there and said, all this guy does is talk about you all the time, Chris. Let's face it, JJ. You salty over one question I asked you because you talked about some human sacrifice in Kemet when you was on Saturday night of the show. And every time somebody asks y'all a question, y'all get all up in arms and saying, it's my show, it's my show. It's Sarnetta's platform. I'm the one that people want to see do a debate on there, not you. People tired of you. People tired of you and Black Jesus Minister in these me moments and everybody running from y'all. You sitting on here talking about me, and you want to know what I said up there and said? Hey, go to my channel right quick, Daniel Haru. Go to my channel. Go to my channel. I'll give you permission to play the first half of my video about JJ 7000, and I promise you, you won't see no slander. You won't see nobody call him out his name. You won't see any of that.
Yeah.
You won't hear any of that. All they do is go on Sarnetta and talk about a bunch of debates that they ain't never won. A bunch of debates that ain't nobody never heard. They name drop. Chris Harris is afraid of me. Chris Harris ran from Pastor Ben. And every time I ask y'all a question, then he sat up there and talked about patriotism. When I speak about Black patriotism one time, I said, what's the problem you have with Black patriotism? What about with the slave, what they did to the slaves? It's constantly said Black patriotism 1,000 times. And he keep on talking about with some slavery. I said, wait a minute, you got a problem with slavery, but it's in your Bible and you ain't got a problem with it there? This is funny. They represent beef tube.
Yeah,
them niggas is the lowest of the low. They don't have any information. And now Sarnetta got tired of it. That white girl sold you out.
Hey, well, you know what? He gone. I'm just gonna leave it there. And
Thank
you know what
you.
I'm saying? I'm just gonna leave it there because he gone, and I, ain't no need of y'all going back and forth over it. I thought
Some
he was gonna ask
50,
you. I thought
this dude
ask you
50
a
something
question.
years old. He
So
53 years old and he
so
act like a 16-year-old.
so I don't. You know what? I don't know what it's go. I don't know what it's gonna take. There's definitely bad blood. I understand what
There's no
what
bad
stands for.
blood.
Oh,
It's
there's
just
bad
that
blood.
he's on
Yeah,
his side of the
yeah,
spectrum
yeah.
and I'm
So
over here on mine.
yeah.
Stop
So
being pseudo. Talking about
so
Jesus trying to reframe an argument. Oh, it's stupid to believe that Jesus come up out of Kemet. No, the archetype comes up out of Kemet. Learn how to reframe, learn the English language first before you learn how to debate. That's why ain't nobody, look, 3 weeks ago, hold on, Rue.
Yeah.
3 weeks ago, he was on there begging Sonnet, I want a pay-per-view debate. Book that on pay-per-view. Don't nobody want to pay to see you. You ain't got no information.
Hey,
you ain't no good matchup for nobody.
Yeah.
You a punching bag.
I don't want to make this a JJ bash thing because, like I said,
What's good with you?
He's not here. But like I said, when I was talking to Cap, I told him before.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
Chris is gonna go into his bag in the archetypes, and once he goes in the
don't
archetypes,
say too much.
Huh?
Don't say too much.
Well, shit, he already.
Because I'm not even gonna do that.
Listen,
I'm not even doing that.
Listen, if he ain't studied you by now, and he think that it's gonna be, is just done. But the fact is that which I've said, is that when you say the story came out of, and they're going by a word for word, literal sense of taken, when you can see the transmission and how it came through, and you can follow that through chronology, you can't, you know what I'm saying? You have to say that, yeah, that this came from some place. Even if you say it came from the Romans got it from the Greeks, and the Greeks, we know, got it from Kemet. But even if you go with just the Romans, you forget that the Romans was in Egypt. The Romans had Egypt as one of their territories. When you start talking about Mark Antony and Cleopatra and in that time
Hold on.
frame.
Hey, Daniel Haru.
Yeah.
The chronology and the history is too great.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I study history. You know that.
That's what I'm saying.
Tazaria, I don't know what they're talking about, and I'm gonna be doing my promotional show tomorrow over there on and I hear everybody thinking they know what they're talking about, and me, my dad, and the team, my team, we sitting back like they don't even know what they're talking about. Mm-hmm. We sitting back just shaking our heads. Today on Morning Coffee, what I did was, and let me tell everybody, the audience, for this. Don't think just because I teach decorum, understanding, and intelligence that I'm gonna sit back and let people try to copy and paste my name and paint me into all these narratives that don't exist. I'll fight right back. I don't deal with people like him. They want to ask questions. They never want to be asked questions. The minute you ask them a question, they get defensive and they get irate because they're really not studying. Notice the first place they always run to is Kemet. Tried to run to Kemet, even tried to start a beef with me and you by stating what's wrong with a Kemetic atheist. Well, as I've told him, Daniel Haru, before, there were no atheists in Egypt or Tamarie. We've had these conversations. He's saying what he is, and I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah. Okay. So
we deal with decorum, understanding, intelligence when me and him talk on the phone.
Yeah. Hold on, Chris. I gotta be fair. So he was on. Listen, JJ, I'll let you on. And as soon as this nigga, bitch, your wife, this shit, I'm ending the stream. Period. If you can't have intelligent conversations, you don't have to like people. You don't have to agree with them. But you don't have to talk about their family. You don't have to call them all kind of bitch and hoes and this and whatever. Right? Or just talk to me. Don't talk to him. So, okay. So here we go. So one thing I want to say is that one thing that I want to say, like I said, what Garfield said, is when they keep talking about Jesus, and they take away all these attributes from Jesus, then how can they say this is the Jesus from Nazareth? Because the Jesus from Nazareth did all these things that's in the Bible. You can't separate the two. You don't even get saved unless you have those attributes. Because it's the only way you can have him. He has to be born of the Father from a woman.
Yeah, I felt like that was a good question you asked when you brought that up to Pastor Bennett, and he skillfully Pastor bounced on from the question, and he ran down there to Jabari and started talking to Jabari. And I'm all like, here we go again, never answering questions when they make sense. Because when you look at Bar Ehrman, who is an agnostic atheist, who teaches that Jesus wasn't, that Jesus was real, the character, but the mythologies did not exist with this character. Those were added to him. Mm-hmm. So, but they never bring up that fact. They only try and say he was real. Well, the question then needs to be against your covenant, because your covenant says you have to believe he rose and died for your sins. Mm-hmm. That is the covenant. So therefore, Richard Carrier and Bar Ehrman are not talking about the same Jesus. Yes, they dismiss the Talmudic Jesus, but them being agnostic atheists, they don't think he actually lived in the extent in which the Bible presents him. Mm-hmm. So that's the question. And like I said, I'm going to be attacking this methodology, the historicity of the methodology behind that. Because right. I heard Pastor Bennett just reading. He was just reading like, mostly all archaeologists, all scholars believe he existed. Okay, what does that mean? Mm-hmm. Where are they drawing their inference from? Where are they getting their conclusion at? Mm-hmm. What archaeological, anthropological, what cultural context do they have to say Jesus of Nazareth existed? Oops, Jesus of Galilee existed. Hell, was he the son of Joseph, the son of David, or the son of God? Or the son of Mary? Which one?
Well, shit. I mean, yeah. You know, in here, and then they, you know, I mean, he's the son of a bunch of people.
I mean, yeah.
You know, but one thing else that I was studying, and I was talking to Jabari, right? Because one of the things is that, you know, Garfield and Pastor Bennett, they always go to this consensus. They always say it's already been settled and all the scholars agree. Now, because I want to know, so how did this happen? Right? I want to know how did this happen? So I started
bring me in through my computer.
Okay, let me do this. Hold on. Okay. Are you in? Okay. Yeah. So one thing that I did is I started actually looking up this consensus. And so there's about 13 people that they really look at as far as this consensus. And I wanted to see how balanced was the sample size of believers and non-believers, because Pastor Bennett and others say, and Garfield say, well, they were believers and non-believers. And I counted like 13 that they mentioned, and they were all New Testament scholars, New Testament studies, ancient history and study of early Christianity, new document illustrating of early Christianity, senior lecturer in New Testament studies, faculty of divinity, American biblical scholar, master of divinity, Western Baptist Church, and I'll say the names, I'm just saying all these guys were here, New Testament scholars, Christianity, emeritus professor of New Testament language. We had one atheist, a professor of New Testament, theologian seminary, and the list keeps going on and on. So I'm wondering, where is that even sample size of scholars who agreed to say, and based on whether it was Pauline letters, whether it was, you know, some other form of verification of him being real, I didn't see that.
Well, yeah. Daniel Rule, can I ask about,
yeah,
what is your complaint, brother?
My what?
I don't want to hear Chris's. I want to
Okay.
hear yours.
Okay.
Hey, Daniel Haru, real quick
Be
here.
quiet, bro. I'm talking
Hey,
to
let-
him.
hey,
See what I'm
hey,
saying?
Chris,
Shut
let
me
him-
We're
up,
having
bro.
a conversation.
No, you know,
Hey,
see,
Chris,
no, you know
Chris,
what? This you do
Chris,
this
let
on
him,
purpose,
Chris,
bro.
let him answer, Chris.
Yeah,
Let him
shut
ask
the
question.
fuck up.
Chris, let him ask a question. Chris.
Yeah,
Go
bro.
ahead.
You
Go
say
ahead,
he doing this
JJ.
shit on purpose like a kid.
Chris, let him just ask a question. What's up, JJ? You said, what's my what?
What is your contention with Pastor Bennett?
I don't have any contention with Pastor Bennett. Actually, I'm learning from with Pastor Bennett.
Wouldn't you want to talk to somebody who actually debated him and didn't run?
Well, listen.
I mean, who respects that? Not one debater. Look, let me ask you something. I would respect you more if you showed up to a debate and you didn't do so well. Instead of slamming your computer down in the middle of a debate running, and now you running here bragging to my people scared of you? That Dr. Shane Mobley told me that you was running around here telling people that they're scared of you. You have no shame, bro. And I know what you did with that doxing with my information.
Come on,
And you
JJ.
ain't even a man enough to admit that you did it.
JJ, ask me the
You were
question,
bragging
bro.
about it. We got you
So
on
he don't
tape.
want to ask no question.
JJ, ask me the question.
He
You
just
said you
want to
gonna talk me.
complain.
Talk
He
to
don't
me,
got
bro.
no question.
Yeah, because you have no
Talk to
integrity.
me.
Now I'm gonna ask you one more time, Chris. Why did you go dox me?
Okay, one more time. I did not
Yeah.
dox you. Here, let me put up the proof here. Let's get this
Wait,
right quick,
time out.
Daniel Haru. Hey,
Good.
I'm gonna do a screen share right quick because it's easy to shut down people who don't know what they're talking about.
No, okay.
All right, so let's go here.
So everybody just threw you under the bus, huh?
Are you saying Sonetta said that?
You, Sarnetta told me.
Sonetta told you
Jagad.
that? Okay, hold on. Let me call Sonetta right now
Yeah, call him.
because this is all you got, really. But let's do this first. All right, so just to let you know, hey, you got the screen share up?
Yeah,
real
it's
quick?
up.
Okay, so here it is. This was a debate.
Yeah, I'm gonna show the milkman video, but go ahead.
No, come on. Let's go.
We're not doing that. All right. So
Yeah, we gonna do
here it is
that. I'm
right
gonna show the
here.
milkman video.
No,
If you
we're
bring
not doing
any,
it. We're not
if you
doing
bring
that,
up
JJ.
any
I told
negative
you.
information about me trying to be slick, I'm letting
Okay,
you know.
very good.
I'm gonna go
Very
off on your
good.
whole
Here we
ass
go right
wife.
here. Here, you can go play the milkman on video on your.
Wait,
I'm
hold
gonna
on,
have
Chris.
motherfuckers come
Wait,
through
wait,
and skeet in their
Chris,
goddamn
Chris,
mouth. I don't
Chris,
respect you. You's a
Chris,
bitch ass nigga,
hold
Daniel.
on, JJ.
Haru for having this
Hold
nigga
on.
over here. I ain't talking about you, Daniel. I'm talking about
No,
this
no,
bitch
no. Hold
nigga.
on, hold on.
No, this dude is a
there-
clown.
Chris,
He's a
Chris,
snake.
is there
He
any-
turns on everybody.
Wait, hold on.
When I
Hold on.
first come on here, I asked him a question.
JJ.
He couldn't be civilized.
JJ,
I
hold-
said, "What is your problem with a Kemetic atheist?" We can go back and
Wait,
rewind
hold-
it. He went somewhere else with it,
Okay, hold
and you
on.
let him do it.
JJ, hold
And
on.
you let
I
him
asked
do it.
JJ, hold on.
You let him do it, bro. And then you try to
if
flip the
there's-
script, acting like I'm the one who
JJ,
ain't answering the question. This
wait,
dude
I
is a
got it.
joke.
I got JJ. Hold on.
And I'm gonna
If there's
find a
any-
video
if there's any
of you.
information- If there's any
Hey, saying you want me to go to prison.
here,
You were
don't
working with
play
the white girl. All that. You were
JJ.
in her corner praying that JJ 7000 go to prison. You bitch ass nigga.
JJ, come on.
All
man.
because this. Let me tell you the reason why. Then I'm gonna go. I don't even care what he pull up. All because he got embarrassed when he called himself calling me, "I'm gonna be your Huckleberry," trying to steal some shine from JJ after me and Reggie was having our discussion. So he wanted to get in the limelight and talking about Greeks wrote the Bible. So when I said, "Well, be ready tomorrow," what do you mean tomorrow? You want me to play that tape? I got it.
Hey,
I got you several times running. So nobody runs from you.
JJ,
You are a coward, Chris.
JJ.
And like I said, bro, that doxing shit, I don't respect you. You's a bitch ass nigga.
Come on, JJ, man. Listen,
Daniel
you keep
Haru.
going.
What are we doing here, dog?
No, he's out of it now. But I
Okay,
told him, you
first
say
of
you want
all-
to ask a question, then you don't.
No, he don't want
want
to answer no questions. What you ain't understanding about that?
You know.
Here, let me show you something. And I'm going to show the video myself. Here we go. This is my channel. This is my channel. This is my channel. Right?
Mm-hmm.
This is my channel. This is my channel. It's no different than his channel. Now watch this. Here it is 1 month ago. It only got 658 views. And let's go to it right quick. And I'm going to show you what everybody said. I'm going to show you what everybody said. This is what the comments said. This is what your peers say about you. Now, you came on here and we pieced out our beef, and you bringing up the same nonsense because that's your foundation. Your foundation is beef too. That's why whenever you come on these panels, these academic-laden panels, you don't have nothing to say. The sight of me frightens you. The sight of me scares you. And let's see. Here he is. Here he is right here. Teach, Chris, teach. JJ saying you should be his mentor. Good. Okay, JJ. Now return the chemistry back to the laundry room. Some 8th grader probably needs to do their homework, right? This, because I said it was funny what he did. All right, look. Here it is right here. It's cool they peace, but Chris should keep him in his rearview mirror. Sound like dude trying to put feet in your heart. Crazy stuff, man. I didn't get the notification. Our brother JJ said, why Christianity is not good for my people. Here's why, bro. He went into it, and those are the comments. So on this show, we pieced it out, right? Now I'm going to show you something. Because when the scholarship fails, what they tend to do is they tend to get mad and they tend to get irate because their logos, it can't get over it. They can't get past it, right? Their own logos. Now let's take a look here. I want to take a look at my channel again here. So let's look at all the videos. He said his name always out of my mouth. Nah, not really. So watch this. Let's just do this right quick because this proves I'm wrong. Let's take a look here. Here it is. Morning coffee, Garfield flakes out from a debate. Morning coffee, Pastor Bennett displays kitty cat scholarship. All I did was go into everything that he said. Final thoughts on the Garfield Jabari debate, right? We're not dealing with no views. I don't care about that, right? The channel's growing. Morning coffee, we must cancel Black Jesus Minister. He in the conscious community calling us niggers and dumb niggers and niggas and nigger piglets and niggers and all this shit. Cancel this guy. Right? Let's see. Morning coffee. Let's address slander. Poor fella, he was just high strung. Garfield displays grocery store scholarship. I'm on him because of the scholarship. Brother Reggie's acting childish. Morning coffee. Jabari Osaze is the GOAT. Morning coffee. Jesus wars continue. Right? Morning coffee. Garfield and Reggie, when you aim at the king, you best not miss. That's when he tried to come after me. Freestyle conversation, the source of Noah's Ark. The Quran, 9 and 5. Kill the polytheists, right? I'm what you would consider a polytheist, right? All right, morning coffee. Islam ain't the answer. Morning coffee. Why did Reggie misuse his sources? No slander. You're not going to find that. You're not going to find slander. You're going to find laughter and us having a good time on here, right? Let's see. Morning coffee. Big Chief Top Cats proves my grandmama said doctrine, right? Morning coffee. Everybody hates Chris. Morning coffee, anonymous Hebrew trying to prove the Exodus again. No slander over there. No slander. Morning coffee, MVP versus anonymous Hebrew. I think this one was called When You Gonna Why Do You Need 2 Weeks, bro? We were supposed to be getting that debate on, and I never heard from again. Freestyle conversation, evening nightcap. Thanks for the package. That's when my man sent me a bunch of gifts. No biggie. Morning coffee, JJ 7000 displays Atari 7800 scholarship. And let's see something for it. We're going to go up and we're going to go back and play this, and you're not going to see any slander. So right now you see we pieced out our beef, and because I asked him a question that led to this show, I asked him a question pertaining to human sacrifice in Egypt, he got upset. But it's funny that you guys want to always be the ones making these claims. But when you read about it, guess what? They don't even really believe that. Their scholars are saying there was no human sacrifice. So it's still up for debate. So when I asked the question, he got all bent out of shape, hollering out, this his show, kick him off. Same thing he do over there at Sonetta's. It's the same thing he doing over here. And when he get mad, he talking about he effed my bitch. I don't live in hotels, bruh. You do. Let's keep going. Morning coffee. He talking about Captain Tazariak now, right? We're going to do this real quick, Haru. Morning coffee. Captain Tazariak versus Whack 100. Captain Tazariak versus with Whack 100. Why God makes no sense. Captain Tazariak displays fragrance oil smells like pseudo scholarship. Let's talk, family. I did this at lunch. Morning coffee, homosexuality and the Black Revolutionary, an important discussion. That was a 5-hour conversation. Some great information over there. Let me see what else we got here. Morning coffee, P-Valley Scholarship versus Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. The mighty Consul speaks, P-Valley on his mind, the boss of bosses. Morning coffee, let's get it. Huey P. Newton versus P-Valley. And of course, 6 days ago, we saw that debacle that happened over there. Outside the cube, say what you like scholarship.
Morning Coffee, Garfield Reed destroys Queen Naphtali. Morning Coffee, G-Man destroys the Hebrew Israelites. Morning Coffee, Cube displays alcoholic scholarship. Dude, you on some BS. Morning Coffee, Pastor Bennett displays Jesus is my homie scholarship. Morning Coffee, Pastor Bennett displays Jesus is my homie scholarship part 2. No slander. I don't have to do that. I go after your academia and the things that you say. Let's go right here where he keeps on saying I ran from Pastor Bennett. Let's see something here. Watch this. We're going to go here. Let me see. Let's go to Pastor Bennett. Ben Cullen. All right, let's see. Pastor Bennett versus Chris Harris. Here's our very first debate 2 years ago, JJ. Once again, you don't know what you're talking about. Now, it shows you who's really scared. I gave Pastor Bennett a debate 2 years ago and smoked him. As a matter of fact, I showed the presentation on my platform this morning on what I was going to be using is Christianity, the white man's doctrine. And yes, it is. And I showed the information, and Miss People's like, yo, he wouldn't have been able to stand up to this. I know. The Council of Nicaea ends all that. The Nicene Creed ends all of that, right? Let's go to the comments. Let's see what the people had to say about this. This is easy work. You're not going to see slander on my channel. Just because you see your name in there, you should have just watched the channel. Let's see. You should have just watched the show. Hold on. Let's go back. We got to go back. Let's go to the original video here. Let's go to the original video. Let's go to the original video. Bugs went 5 months ago. Yeah, they think they can say your name. Okay, here it is right here. Where's the original one at? I think he must have reposted it. He must have reposted it and took all the took all the comments off. All right, but anyway, because it's only at 390 views, but the original broadcast, it was at like 6,6500 views. It was not at 390 views, which is weird to me. So that means he probably took it down and reposted it. I'm not sure, but because on there, it had all the comments had him on there losing bad. He lost this debate bad. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we debated 2 years ago, and I gave him a rematch. I lose because I walked out of him a debate, and now he doesn't want to give another one out. And this is what I keep trying to tell people, man. Like I said, I don't respect Pastor Bennett's scholarship. I don't know why JJ is trying to come on here and gaslight like he usually does. Now he's hollering out some doxing stuff. Sarnetta ain't said no stuff like that. I know he ain't said nothing like that. You would do anything to get back on Sarnetta's show and mention my name. Unfortunately, look, 5 years ago, is Psalms 110 referring to King David or a future Messiah? My goodness. I've been debating for a long time. And this, believe it or not, against this brother right here, Brother Josh, this was my first big debate. And a lot of people sat up there and said that was a draw. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people said that was a draw. So I've been at this for a long time, dog. You know what I'm saying?
But here's the thing, right? So, I say it again. I'll say it on Sarnetta. I'll say it on my platform. When it comes to this whole thing with you and Pastor Bennett, and if Pastor Bennett don't want to debate or want to make you work for the debate, he has every right to do that. But for anybody else to keep bringing that up, I mean, that's not really something that you should, that she keep doing it, right? That shit is getting old. You know what I'm saying? That one debate is not going to make a person. It's just not going to make a person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you gotta stop doing that. You gotta stop saying. You gotta stop using that as a way.
But here it is. Here it is. I knew I won line. Here it is.
Hold
on. Here it is. Pastor Bennett versus Chris Harris. Is Jesus unique? 5.6, 5,600 views. So when you go here, see, I knew I wasn't crazy. I wasn't crazy. Here it is, right here.
So hold on. Let me get this. This is, let me see. Where my phone at? Let me see. I think I got it.
And here it is. All right. Now, when you go read the comment, 187 comments, it's a consensus. Chris won that debate.
Oh, shit.
Right?
Hold on. Wait, hold on. Oh, Hold on. I'm trying to figure something out. Hold on. What's up? Hold on. I'm trying to figure something out. This shit's not working.
Without time management, it's gonna be a problem.
Say that again.
Bro, let me speak for a minute. When I went back and watched it,
What are we doing, bro?
Hold on. I'm not going. Hey, hold on, Chris. I'm not going. I'm just trying to see what's going on. I'm not going to ignore him. Just hold on. Hold on 1 second, because you can't hear him anyway, can you?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Wait. What's up, JJ? Go. No. I was trying to fix this thing. Go ahead.
That he got animosity with him on him, you know what I mean, being disrespectful and doxing him, which he did, and he's gone on his Facebook.
Go ahead, Chris, you keep going.
He tagged him and he got his mugshot. That's the first sign of doxing.
So as you can see in this Pastor Bennett debate, and everybody knows this, and he knows it. Pastor Bennett knows. That's why I keep on saying he's a pastor. And his display of ethics, it should be called into question here. History erases the mystery. Chris MVP won. Love your enemy. Somebody said some stuff like that. Let's see what else they say. Pastor Bennett sounds like he's Garfield taught. Was Jesus unique? That question Chris appears to have demonstrate the motifs that show Jesus is not overall unique. I say overall because there are some things Bennett has established which appears to be unique only to Jesus. So what do we then figure if some instances is unique and other instances are not unique? That makes Jesus is not unique. All right, let's keep going. Just one clear definition on the word uniqueness. Pastor lost the debate. I just want to say the pastor's argument about possums and a possum is flawed because yes, they are different animals. But one says look at the possum and one look at the opossum. They are talking about the same animal here in America. Blah blah. Clark Kent exists. Just go read the comments. Nobody said the man won. This is a body bag. Bennett is 6 feet under. Somebody got to dig him up. Chris Harris with the win. Had Chris, then you get Christian here. Had Chris stayed on subject matter of uniqueness and drilled home, he would have won. I think I did in that one. The Morning Stars use a reference to Venus, not the sun.
You asked JJ, if you felt the way, because I was trying to mute both of y'all. I wasn't just trying to mute one person.
The objective
I was trying to, wait,
Chris
Kareem,
won. You go look at this, the pastor said that the scholarly argument,
JJ,
it's just a bunch of
Christians saying,
the consensus here in the comment section.
I was trying to move both of y'all and trying to allow both of y'all to speak.
Here, I want to do one more thing here, and I want to show you something why he's really upset.
I said, can't y'all just talk?
When we go to the Lions Den debates, when we go to Lion Den debates here, let's go here. Let's go here and let's look here. All right, let's look here. We're gonna go to his live stream. And lo and behold, what do we have here? We go to his live stream 7 hours ago. He says, look, why would any pay to see, like I said, they can't even master the English language first. I mean, why would any pay to see Chris Harris?
Okay, now can I speak?
475 views.
JJ said that he was showing something about him being doxxed. Chris said, "I'm gonna show
like I said, you can't even master the English language." I'm not
that's
lying.
When I let Chris show the screen.
I'm listening to you guys talk.
That's when I let. But
why would any pay? You mean why would anyone pay? To
but then I told him. I said, Chris.
So here it is.
Wait, hold on.
That's why he got mad. And then he shows a guy with a receding hairline, but he's bald headed as well as I'm bald headed.
I did say that.
I guess he's projecting and mad at himself here 7 hours ago. He made the video 7 hours ago. And then when I came on here, all he could do was cuss me out. You have no scholarship. Your research sucks. Nobody wants to hear you. Here I am, 13 hours ago, 1.6. This morning. Stop wasting your time. Your slander videos are garbage. I'm dealing with decorum, understanding, intelligence, and information on my channel. I'm dealing with what you all are saying. And you're talking about some doxing.
JJ, he said, because he wasn't.
Now you want to get mad all over again.
Wait, hold on, Karima.
That's
Hold
the
on,
one
Chris.
thing I notice about a lot of you conscious cats. Y'all got a lot of skeletons in y'all closet, and when they come pouring out, all of a sudden y'all get mad when the skeleton come out the closet and say hello. I mean, you were the one running around claiming to be God's chosen. And this whole time, you doing this behind everybody's back.
Listen,
You
listen,
talking
hold on,
about
JJ.
one debate.
Wait, hold on.
Let's pull something else up here, guys. Since we are on EDN News here.
Wait, hold on, JJ. Before you do that, wait, hold on, JJ. Let me say this.
Harris, the final call. Out.
Okay.
Watch this.
So all right.
I'm gonna show you guys. I should be asleep right now.
Oh, I thought because I'm trying to talk to you.
Watch this. JJ,
No, I'm trying to talk to you. I'm talking about me and you. I ain't
drinks,
talking about you and Chris.
Falls out.
I did talk to you,
Chris
JJ.
Harris.
Don't say that.
Watch how
Don't
he
say
acts. Okay, here it is. I want you guys live on EDN.
JJ told
to see how he acts.
Karima, JJ told me to call him.
Here it is. He's calling me out. This is 2 months ago.
Hold on, wait a minute. Time out.
Watch what happens.
Karima,
Daniel,
JJ told me to call him.
Channel, please. Do I have your permission?
He told me to call him. I wouldn't have brought Chris up.
Okay, listen. Okay, now what's Tessa's integrity? Remember, he said he never doxed me. So, Chris,
Do I have your permission?
Say again.
Do I have your permission to play this on the channel so you guys can see how he really gets down?
No, y'all. This is what I don't understand, right? With all of this. Like I said, I'm not into beef tube.
I'm not playing beef tube.
No, I understand it. I'm just saying. I'm not saying you, Chris. And I actually got the term from you. So, you know what I'm saying? Beef tube. I've never heard of beef tube before. So I got the term from you.
Well, all of that should have been established before he started calling me out my name, talking about my wife. All of that should have been established.
And with that, I'm gonna end it. Chris, you got things to do.
Peace.
I got things to do. And we go holler at this. Hold on.
Hey, y'all tune in to Morning Coffee in the morning. We're going to be going up live and direct. JJ 7000 displays incredible hope scholarship live on EDN.
Let's go.
Global meltdown.
Okay, we out.
Everybody in the world blind. Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind.
Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. But you ain't letting me speak though. That's what I'm saying. You're not letting me speak. I listen to you.
Let me just say this. This dude put my information.